Hi, and welcome back to I'm a Happy Enchilada. I'm Don Culver, and I'll be your host. And if you're a first-timer, welcome. And whether you're joining us on our video episode or in audio, just to let you know, we're available in both. In video at Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and in audio everywhere. Now, today we're going to bring awareness to a great topic. It's manipulation. Ooh, yeah. Manipulation can happen in love relationships, work situations, and life in general. It's usually kept just below the surface, but can also be in your face. And I have just one question for you. Have you ever apologized to someone in a relationship for a wrong you're being accused of, but didn't do, just to put an end to the argument? Yeah, me too. Well, we've all been manipulated, right? Yeah, we have. Now here, simple definition of manipulation, or emotional manipulation, I like to say, is an attempt to sway someone's emotions to get them to act or feel a certain way. Manipulators have common tricks they'll use to make you feel irrational and more likely to give in to their requests. First, let's look at some common signs that you're being manipulated. First, you feel fear, obligation, and guilt. You're questioning yourself. There are strings attached. You notice foot in the door and door in the face techniques. So, you might be wondering, why do people manipulate? Well, usually people manipulate others to get what they want, to protect their ego, and to avoid having to take responsibility for the consequences of their actions. They may feel they need to punish, control, or dominate their partner. They may be seeking pity or attention, or have other selfish motives. And what are manipulators afraid of? Well, they're afraid of vulnerability. Manipulators seldom express their needs, desires, or true feelings. They seek out the vulnerability in others in order to take advantage of them for their own benefit and deflect their true motives. They have no ability to love or feel empathy, guilt, remorse, or conscience. Ooh, that's quite a list of negative qualities, and more than enough reasons to stay away from those folks, right? Well, yeah, but we first need to be able to spot them and not first jump right ahead in their web, right? So I think we need to be armed with more knowledge about manipulation, so we'll be more aware and able to recognize it and get out of harm's way more quickly. Agreed? Okay, so now here's the 4 stages of manipulation. First is the targeting stage. Next, friendship forming stage. Next, loving relationship stage. And then the abusive relationship stage. Whoa, that's pretty scary stuff right there, I'll tell you. Now, I had one relationship with an experienced manipulator that I mentioned in a recent episode. And when I wasn't going along with her increasing demands, she began telling me I was crazy and needed immediate hospitalization. Now, her presentation was so dramatic and so shocking to me. She repeated that statement over and over and over again. I didn't take the bait, though, and later was told by a therapist that she was attempting to take over my life. Well, it was a very scary experience. I've never forgot it. So, how do you know if you're being manipulated in a relationship? Well, a common sign of manipulation in a relationship is when you start losing a sense of who you are after following someone else's overt or covert demands to give up your opinions and interests. In some romantic couples, one partner may even adopt the other partner's lifestyle and interests to avoid conflict. That's what my folks did. Let's look at some examples of manipulation. Passive-aggressive behavior, implicit threats, dishonesty, withholding information, isolating a person from loved ones, gaslighting, verbal abuse, and use of sex to achieve goals. Whoa, there's some food for thought, right? And lastly, here's some habits of manipulative people. They play dumb. They rationalize their behavior. They change the subject often. They tell half-truths. They induce guilt. They insult others. Okay, well, let's focus on some ways to stop being manipulated, shall we? First, postpone your answer. Don't give them an answer right on the spot. Question their motivations. Manipulators often hide their real motivations because they don't like to take responsibility for their own actions and behaviors, remember? Now, show disinterest, impose boundaries, keep your self-respect. And here's a few more good ones for good measure. Focus the attention on the manipulator. Look them in the eye. Don't let them generalize and distract yourself and relax. Well, I think we've learned a lot here today about what manipulation looks like, for sure. Now let's work on recognizing manipulative behavior more easily in the people we let into our lives going forward, and stop tolerating manipulation in people already in our lives by whatever means necessary to keep them from stealing our joy. Well, that's all I've got. So until next time, God bless and be a happy enchilada. Bye.